All right, let's read about a Colombian graphic designer who scammed the national media into believing that she worked, quote, hand in hand with Hayao Miyazaki on The Boy and the Heron. Oof. So Hayao Miyazaki's The Boy and the Heron will premiere in Colombia on January 25th. Ahead of that debut, the film is getting an unplanned and likely unappreciated marketing push as a local woman has gone viral for convincing major media outlets that she drew around 25,000 frames for the film's production. Geraldine Fernandez is a graphic designer at Tecnoglass, a Barranquilla, Colombia based company that produces architectural glass and aluminum products. In a series of recent interviews, though, she convinced several major media that she was heavily involved in the production of Studio Ghibli's latest film. Most of the stories corresponding with her claims have been removed by their publishers, which include outlets such as El Heraldo and El Tiempo. But some interview clips are being re uploaded on YouTube, like the ones below. Many in Colombia were quick to embrace Fernandez's story, and she was even invited to give a speech at the Universidad Sergio Arboleda. When her story started spreading online, however, animation professionals immediately began questioning the highly suspect narrative. One dead giveaway that Fernandez was fabricating her story was that her
She's not
name didn't
Japanese.
was that her name didn't appear in any of the film's promotional materials or credits.
Sorry, I gotta ask one question.
Go ahead.
How many frames per second would a Miyazaki
24.
24. It is 24 seconds. So
Well, it depends. It depends.
I was thinking maybe 60 frames. So
Well-
if it's 24.
Hold up. You're on crack if you think there's any 60 frames.
Okay, I'm
on
sorry.
any-
I was being generous.
Hold up.
I'm sorry.
Hold up. Much of it is probably closer to 12 frames.
Yeah,
Okay.
generally anime's at 12.
Max
Yeah.
24.
Max
The
24.
maximum
Film-
output she
Okay,
could do.
so she's saying
Any theater film is 24 frames per second.
So with her claim, what was it, 25,000 frames?
25,000 frames.
That's like over half an hour of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, is she kidding? Fuck, what the fuck? How would that not be so obvious that she's lying?
Do you see how jank these fingers are? It looks like she's drawn 25,000 frames. Cartoon Brew spoke with the film's American distributor, G Kids, which told us they have a full official credits list for the film from Studio Ghibli and that Fernandez's name does not appear anywhere in the credits for The Boy and the Heron. Adding to the improbability of her already tall tale, Fernandez claims to have had direct contact with Miyazaki 3 times over the course of production and says that he affectionately referred to her as the Colombian when praising her work, but offered no evidence of those meetings. In an interview shared across her now deactivated social media accounts, Fernandez said, quote, over 20 months, I had to deliver 25,000 frames, and those 25,000 frames corresponded to a 10-second scene, so to speak.
Bro! 25,000 frames a second. We're doing some slow-mo, guys, like animation here.
That'd be 2,500 frames per second. So that's not entirely... So think about it this way, though. When you draw a frame of animation, you could consider one single frame of frame by frame on the remote could have multiple frames of drawing within it, because you might have a character in the foreground and a character in the background. Each person drawing those people would consider that doing a frame. You might also have like fire animation or something, secondary animation of some kind is on top. So you could theoretically do, especially having seen Boy and the Heron, if you look at the scenes where he's like running through fire and whatnot, that might be 25-ish thousand frames per 10 seconds, like depending on how you divvy up what constitutes a frame. Just saying.
I don't know. I feel like per frame, like, I don't know, you'd do a lot of details on one layer, and then you'd have like the character layer, and then maybe you'd have 3 or 4, but I can't really see 25,000. That seems like a bit much.
Yeah.
However, I do think there is one plausibility that you did deliver 25,000 frames is if it was physically via courier. Like she took the other people's drawings and she delivered them. She didn't actually make them, but she delivered them.
Had to deliver 25,000 frames. Here you go, boss. like she,
Yeah,
her
she's
job.
credited as the
turns out-
courier.
Turns out her job was just to collect the done pile and stick them on the desk for dailies the next day or whatever. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
So she said here, I had to deliver 25,000 frames, and those 25,000 frames correspond to a 10-second scene, so to speak. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it, especially because Miyazaki was there. You know that he is a master not only of life, but also on a professional level. Most people don't know him as the one you led with. Like Miyazaki, master of life. What is he, 83, not dead yet? Damn, he's got it down. The trick is to have your dick out when they're filming you in the bath.
I'm sorry, but that is like ingrained in my mind ever since we saw that. Jesus Christ!
Just his
When
head
she
above
said-
the water is probably not going to leave my memory.
When she said "master of," that was the picture that came in my head. I'm like, no.
Anyway, so he is a master not only of life, but also on a
But
professional
patient.
level, and working hand in hand with him was quite incredible, and it was a unique experience. I'm having his child. My son is the true heir. Step aside, Goro.
She's like, wait, hold on. Hidetaka Miyazaki made Dark Souls, not Ghibli. Damn it, wrong one.
As skepticism mounted, Fernandez was also accused of stealing other artists' work for her digital portfolio. Available here. Yes. Oh God, I gotta see this. Hold on. I don't know if babies are going to be necessary, so I'm just going to pull that off screen for a second.
Get the
God
tree
damn
up, the
it.
baby up, the Justin.
Hold on, I got a way back machine. This bitch. She took her portfolio down.
There you go.
Yes. Yes. It has only been archived in 2024, but that's all I need.
You
All right,
just
let's
need
see
a little
this.
tease.
Ow! God damn it. Can't seem to find the page you're looking for, huh? All right, let's go to archive. Come on.
Back to the Wayback Machine. Give us that one from 2023.
No, there weren't any from 2023. That's the problem. Oh, there's one from archive! Damn it, it's the page not found one again.
Ah, man.
God.
I don't think anyone had the foresight to archive it.
Fuck. All right. Well, I guess there's no point in showing any of this because we can't see it.
Oh, well.
What a shame. Man. Many of the images appear to have been lifted directly from DeviantArt or taken from publicity campaigns executed by Colombian ad agencies. On Monday of this week, as speculation about the validity of her claims went viral on social media, Fernandez was interviewed on Twitch by Spanish streamer and video game journalist Pablo Gonzalez, whose online alias is Keith Sith. During the extensive conversation, they talked for nearly 2 hours. Fernandez doubled down on her assertions. Fernandez reiterated time and again that everything she had said about working on the film was true, but that she couldn't offer any proof of those claims because she was bound by a confidentiality agreement. She told Gonzalez that she would ask the studio for proof of her involvement with the film, but the host seemed reluctant to believe that such evidence would be forthcoming. During the interview, Fernandez also addressed accusations of plagiarism in her portfolio, maintaining that all the artwork in it was original. The illustrations are entirely mine, she asserted. The thing is that the portfolio is very old, but those illustrations are 100% mine, she said before backtracking and admitting that one of the images wasn't created by her. Cartoon Brew reached out to Fernandez for a comment, but has not received a response. This week, she has deactivated her Twitter and LinkedIn profiles. Her Instagram was set to private, and her personal website is no longer active. Since running its original story, El Heraldo has issued a retraction which explains the story of Barranquilla's Geraldine Fernandez, who had supposedly participated as an illustrator in the most recent Golden Globe winning film, The Boy and the Heron, turned out to be false. El Heraldo, in its attempt to highlight the artists of the city of the Caribbean, trusted Fernandez's claims in the good faith, although they ended up being lies. This publishing house apologizes to its readers for all the information published regarding this graphic designer who deceived the media. El Tiempo ran a similar retraction, which reads, El Tiempo apologizes to its readers for the failures of its internal data verification process and confirms a desire that this type of story not be repeated in the future. In a radio interview today with Colombia's Blue Radio, Fernandez admitted to exaggerating her involvement in the film. You mean fabricating it whole cloth? But still maintains that she was a part of the Boy and the Heron's production, saying, I worked on a couple of scenes, not the whole movie, which were part of the composition of 25,000 frames, but I didn't make the 25,000 frames.
So I was right.
She delivered.
I bought a movie ticket and saw the movie. That's what it's going to be.
That was a part of its success.
Yeah.
They credit that.
Here's another update. After it became clear that Fernandez was not involved in production of The Boy and the Heron, she distributed an apology letter to traditional media sources in Colombia and on social media. In the letter, she wrote, I alert the public, the media, my friends, and my family that I never participated in the illustration and design of the film The Boy and the Heron, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. In fact, I've never picked up a pencil in my life.
I'm surprised she didn't claim that she came up with the idea and, lit some
it's based
fire.
On my original story. You remember how much I hate parakeets? Everything that happened was the result of a bad faith exercise that I now recognize and for which I am sorry. My love and admiration for illustration and my profession as a graphic designer led me to make comments in closed circles about working as an illustrator in some scenes. I recognized that was a mistake. The digital press contacted me, and from there, everything went viral, a situation that was far beyond my expectations and which placed me in the eye of a hurricane in front of the most important media in the country, influencers, and colleagues. You should have just had it. It should be, here's her statement. It's just a prank, bro. I acknowledge that the situation got out of hand and it became increasingly difficult to retract my comments, which had a negative impact on my friends, family, colleagues, bosses, co-workers, and society in general. You're lucky to be alive.
Doesn't mention she got fired.
Today, after exhaustive reflection and advice seeking, I drew on my inner strength to address you and say that it's time for the truth to come to light, that everyone deserves to know. The truth frees us. This experience would have an impact on anyone. I'm aware of this, especially when the media did not act with rigor to verify the sources. Fuck you! Oh my God! Her and the media are so quick to say, well, it was their fault after all. We took her at her word. Didn't know she was a lying bitch. It's like, well, shit, if the media had just done their due diligence. Holy shit. They did not act with rigor to verify the sources, which took me by surprise. I did not have the maturity to recant and felt I had to continue with the story that I had participated in the production. I reiterate that I feel remorse and express my apologies. I appreciate the support of some internet users, bosses, friends, family, and company to which I am linked. They have all provided moral support and strength at this time, for which I am very grateful.
More than you deserve.
I would have liked to go viral for something real, but today we wake in a country with important stories that affect the integrity and daily life of all Colombians. But these stories don't become viral. I apologize 1,000 times for everything that has happened. From now on, I will work hard so that my professional talent as a designer precedes me. You're done.
I wouldn't want to hire her.
I believe this is the formula to follow. Away from controversies with loyalty, simplicity, humility, kindness, and love for my profession. Wow. That was a dump truck load of dog shit. My disappointment is immeasurable that I don't get to see her stupid gallery.
Do you remember the airline crash or whatever, where they were like reading the names of the pilots and they were saying like something Wong,
Yeah, Beng
we
Ding
too
Ao.
low. Um, at least those guys had an excuse that they like confirmed with the, or they tried to confirm with the airline people, and they said they got a confirmation or whatever.
Something Wong, we too low. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Bang Ding Ao.
We going down.
There's also this comment: Boy and the Heron did have a very small number of foreign animators working on it, so her story is plausible in that regard.
What if it turns out she was telling the truth the whole time, but she got bullied into saying it was a lie? But
That would be a
she got credited as the Colombian in katakana.
that would be a true tragedy. Maybe she could make a masterpiece animation about it, about her story.
Geraldine Fernandez, if you would like to animate the intro to the OCA podcast and get the recognition you deserve, I will hold you to those 25,000 frames.
The
You
girl
remember-
in the death beak.
Man, I don't remember what painting it was, but there was a famous painting that was getting restored of Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
And
we've talked about it.
That
Yeah, and they tried to restore it, but they did a terrible job. That's what I picture your opening theme would be like if you got her to do it.
All right. So just because I will look at this every chance I get, what Random 11 is talking about. My favorite thing about this too is the defense of the person who said basically, oh, well, they didn't let me finish. Yikes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be the opening theme.